Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. It is Good News Day. Welcome to the positive news you need to know this week so you have some hope in humanity again. This is the first and only international game show, Before Coffee, a father and daughter podcast where we look at our stories. Right before we started, we just got caffeine in our bodies and we're learning to speak and read live on the stream. Let's roll that segue wheel, but first, let's get into the headlines. Today on Good News Day, Huntington train attack hero Samir Zatuni discharged from hospital as family make plea to the public. And dog remarkably unscathed after plunging 100 feet down a cliff. Face after a team rescue. 100 feet down a cliff face after a team rescue. A cliff face.
And in good news in the United States, where a student beats a teacher in an election. Back to you.
Okay, no, at first I thought you were going to say that the student beat up a teacher. It's like, yeah! Do whales have
this isn't
language?
a Donald Trump story.
Scientists just discovered sperm whales use vowel sounds thought to be unique to humans.
And more good news. Is that a data center in your shed, or are you just hot for me? Or we also have, we check on the steppe parrots. The steppe parrots out in the steppes of Asia. An ancient city in Kazakhstan is unearthed.
In my culture news, Roblox to block children from talking to adult strangers after a string of lawsuits. Finally, taking the pedophile out of blocks.
And it's that giant rodent's birthday. Yeah, Mickey Mouse, who is not even a thing or a person or of any kind, has a birthday. November 18th, 2025. On Before Coffee.
It's like the Gorillas, Gorillas became a real band that people actually, like, and there's drama.
Yeah.
We've just completely surpassed the idea of not having cartoon characters as real people. We just humanize everything we see. It has a face.
I can't humanize Mickey Mouse because I never grew up with Mickey Mouse. Totally alien concept to me.
I never watched. Yeah, I never watched
right?
the House of, what is the name of his? He had a show later in
Walt Disney.
A cartoon. I never watched
Walt Disney World was on Sundays at the same time as another show.
But I do have to say Kingdom Hearts has Mickey Mouse in it, and he's a pretty influential character in that video game, so I guess.
Yeah. I love going to Japan because they didn't have to respect copyrights for Mickey Mouse because you could buy all that paraphernalia,
I think
Disney
it wasn't
stuff.
that they didn't have to respect it. It's more like nobody's gonna go all the way to Japan to sue.
They just didn't respect.
Yeah.
They had no respect for copyrights.
Yeah.
You could go to a music
now
store.
They
and
do.
Just
They
buy
have
cassettes.
a very strong.
1988.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complete
Times
flips.
are different. 1988. You could go and get just whatever. There was no copyright in existence in Okinawa. Period. If there was, they would have been shutting these shops down. As it was, they were making money and they contributed to the economy by taking money out of the GI's pockets. So they didn't care. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Now that's it. They had the same problem with the go-karts in Tokyo. They had to start not letting people wear costumes because they were breaking the copyright of Mario by having a Mario go-kart thing.
Hey, I bought cassettes over there, right? Cassettes of, just somebody made it home. They took the original, they recorded it onto a cassette. Terrible recording. Sometimes just holding a microphone up to the speakers, right?
Yeah.
Terrible, right? I bought a few of them. I left them over there. Somebody's that desperate to listen to shitty sounding music. I would rather listen to disco played through a decent stereo, or just any music. I don't hate disco. I would rather listen to music I hate played through a good stereo system than music I like played through shit. are played, recorded on a microphone held up to two speakers, two microphones. There's stereo. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days of wasting your money on crap. Well, it should never happen. It never stops happening, by the way.
Might be.
All right.
Hello,
we'll do the
King.
story.
Early birds. Well, for me, it's 5 p.m., so it's not early, but thank you for being here. And I think it's 10 a.m. for you. I don't know if that's early. Almost 11.
It's almost 11 now.
Yeah. But thank you. Good morning. Let us roll our segue wheel for our segue.
It's already tomorrow in Japan.
It's alliteration headline time. My first story is about a hero in the UK, who saved a bunch of people, and he's survived his hospital time. He's been discharged from the hospitals, but I should say his hospital time. You have to stay in that bed and get better, sir, or you're gonna pay. This is from Nicole Bouton Kane on The Independent. A train crew member seriously injured while shielding passengers during a Huntington stabbing has been discharged from the hospital, according to the British Transport Police. Samir Zatuni, 48, was left fighting for his life after suffering multiple injuries during the major incident on board the London Northeastern Railway (LNER) train from Doncaster to London on the 1st of November. He was rushed to the hospital where he remained until Saturday, of course, the 15th of November. In a statement, his family thanked the public for an outpouring of support, but said Mr. Zatuni had a significant recovery ahead. They said, "We are so grateful for the outpouring of support from the public and very touched by all the kind words about Sam's brave actions on the night of the attack. While we are really happy to have him home, he still has a significant recovery ahead, and we would now like to be left in privacy to care for him as a family." Mr. Zatuni had been hailed as a hero after potentially saving multiple lives on board the train. LNER said he has worked for the firm for more than 20 years as a customer experience host, which largely involved providing catering. So he was just the train cook. Here's your sandwich. Oh shit, is that a knife? I know all about those. I can make jokes about it because he's safely out of the hospital, okay? He was among 11 patients treated in the hospital for injuries sustained in the attack. A spokesperson for the British Transport Police said a 48-year-old member of the LNER rail staff has been discharged from the hospital today, 15th of November, following the major incident at Huntington on the 1st of November. Samir Zatuni had been in critical condition, having suffered multiple injuries. Thanks to the efforts of NHS medical staff, he's been able to be discharged from the hospital today to recover home. David Horn, managing director for LNER, previously paid tribute to Mr. Zatuni, saying he did not hesitate to protect passengers during a moment of crisis. He said, "In a moment of crisis, Sam did not hesitate as he stepped forward to protect those around him. His actions were incredibly brave. And we are so proud of him, and all of our colleagues who acted with such courage that evening. Our thoughts and prayers remain with Sam and his family. We will continue to support them and wish him full and speedy recovery." Police have charged Anthony Williams, 32, with 10 counts of attempted murder with the incident. He was remanded into custody at Peterborough Magistrates Court, 3rd of November, and is set to appear at Cambridge Crown Court. But no news on the rest of the victims, but at least the one shielding, the hero, I guess, that was shielding, has been out of hospital.
Okay, here we go. Here's your British.
My British.
Here's your very British headline. Hats off! Hero heads home from hospital. Hear, hear.
Yay! Oh, not that one. I meant this one.
That tickled Homer's funny bone. He loves it. Over lasted anything.
Okay, my next story is quite short, so make sure you get that pen moving quickly. We're going to be talking about a dog that survived falling down a cliff face. This is on Good News Network. A pet dog was left remarkably unscathed after plunging 100 feet down a rocky cliff face in Scotland. 2-year-old collie named Wisp fell down the cliffs of the North Mavine Peninsula in Shetland Thursday morning. So that was almost a week ago at this point, but it's still good news. 13 of November. The 2-year-old collie named Wisp... Oh, sorry, I already read that. Unfortunately, Wisp landed halfway down the rocky ledge so that his owner was unable to reach him safely. At around 11 a.m., the Coast Guard commenced their rescue mission, but the steep cliff face made it impossible to reach Wisp from the sea. The rescue workers then spent 3 hours using rope equipment to safely bring the pup off the cliffs. And by 2 p.m., Wisp was reunited with his owner. A representative from the crew aboard, HM Coast Guard Orkney in Shetland, said, "The Coast Guard rescue teams set up the rope equipment, sent a rope technician over to retrieve Wisp. The 2-year-old collie was about 30 meters down the cliff, a rocky ledge, making access from the sailboard side impossible." Whenever I try to do a Scottish accent, I end up becoming a pirate. I apologize.
You sound like a judge in a medieval court or something.
His owner, remarkably unscathed. From our picture, he looks very happy back. Thankfully,
like
a happy ending for Wisp. So there's a picture of the emergency workers in their high-vis vests, with Collie right in the front, standing perfectly fine. There's even a photo of the dog belly up, just to make sure that no bones are broken, and they're just like, yeah, I fell down a cliff. I'm fine. I'm made out of rubber. I just bounced down.
Right.
There you go. Some happy dog news.
I think your British accent, I think I know what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the judge at the end. You know the album Pink Floyd, The Wall?
Yeah.
Where he's on trial at the end, and the judge finally goes, "The evidence before the court is incontrovertible. There's no need for the jury to retire." That's what you sound like. In all my years of judging, I have never heard before.
I've never seen a dog survive 100 feet drop in my life.
Right. It's so outrageous. Yeah. I will read this in the Monty Python voice. Collie collects cliff cuts, continues courageously collecting cows. Because, collies are cow dogs. They're known for being good cow dogs. Yeah.
We love a dog. Yeah.
Collie, an American. Look at that American. Collie collects cliff cut, continues courageously collecting cows. Where's a cow I can collect? Doggone it.
Maybe that's what she saw. Wisp saw a cow down the.
I had one for S. I was hoping it was a spaniel because I'd started out with S's. But
no spaniel for us.
I was going to take poetic license on down that road.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing there's lots of things to see. All right, then our new story here. One story in the first segment. We're going to talk about when a student actually is better than a teacher, at least in this case. Not better, of course. Not necessarily better, just won an election. This is from BPCC. This is a community college newspaper, bpcc.edu. So this is straight from the source. The actual school this kid was going to, community college in Virginia. Cameron Drew, a 19-year-old student at Virginia Peninsula Community College, which is out here in, I believe Virginia Peninsula is out there in Delmarva, that peninsula. Not exactly sure. Surrey County? Anyway, let's do the story. Cameron Drew, a 19-year-old student from Virginia Peninsula Community College, said his platform helped him become the youngest candidate ever elected to the Surrey County Board of Supervisors. The big issues I ran on were opportunities for the youth and lowering the tax rate. Oh, that's always a winner. Lowering taxes will get you in office every stinking time. Doesn't mean you're going to do it. It just means you're going to get you elected. He said 6 days after his November 4th victory, The county's youth, according to him, often feel overlooked in that they don't have a voice. As for taxes, Surrey's real estate tax rate is 0.7 per $100 of assessed value, higher than Sussex County in the city of Williamsburg. That's really ridiculous. It's not like paradise there or anything. Its personal property rate of $3.75% of assessed value is also higher than Williamsburg. Williamsburg is one of them colonial cities with a lot of valuable property, by the way. I made a promise to the folks that I'll ensure that I'll do my best to lower the tax rate for them. Ensure I will do my best to establish a stronger tax base for them and bring other local businesses within the county, he said. He is also putting in the work. He said putting in the work is what put him over the top. Drew won with 345 votes to his opponent's 335, won by 10 whole votes. I was knocking on the doors. I was out at different community events, he said, adding he was at his polling precinct on election day from 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. A lot of people were like, hey, you got my support just because you're out here. I know that just showing up is a big part of the process. This is truly what I believe helped me garner those extra 10 votes that my opponent didn't. Coincidentally, his opponent, 44-year-old Kenneth Bell, is a teacher at Surrey High School, where Drew graduated from in 2024. Drew was in Bell's government class and considers him a mentor. They were running to fill the remaining 2 years of the Dendron district seat won by Amy Drury in 2023. Drury resigned from the board in July of this year. No reason given. Despite Drew's youth, he can also relate to business owners because he is one. He's the founder of Prez Productions, Z at the end of both of those, and an apparel and motivational speaker business that also has a philanthropic and youth mentorship program, Produce Your Future Foundation. Business administration is the area of study at VPCC, his area of study, and he hopes to continue that at Virginia State University after graduating from VPCC this following spring. I always tell people and other young folks that if you're into politics, you've got to also know some business because politics is business. He said it correlates so much with business, and I know that this degree will help me with my business, my foundation, and my political journey. He first came to VPCC to play soccer, a sport he loves. However, with his studies and political commitments, he didn't have time this year to play. He's a huge advocate of the school and community colleges overall, especially because of affordability. I love the college, and I talk about it so much because of the fact that tuition is so much better. It's affordable, he said, adding the first considered attending Virginia Commonwealth University. This semester, he's taking all his classes online, which works well with his schedule. He always likes the small community aspect of VPCC. A big reason why I love and I just advocate for community college and VPCC in general is because it reminds me of my hometown in Surrey County, where everybody knows everybody. I can have that close connection with my professor if needed. I don't have to wait so long to get a response. And it's just a great environment. That's why I love it. And I'm actually going to miss it when I move on in spring of 26, but I know I'll always have a family at VPCC. So this goes a little bit longer than I thought it would.
You can keep going. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just scrolling to see how long it is. There have been so just seeing what I've done and how much I made an impact in people's lives has helped me so much with my public service journey, why I've done so much, he said. Of course, my family was ecstatic with his victory. They have been so supportive in everything I've done. My mom and dad had never told us no, we couldn't do anything. He said, of course, they expressed their opinions, their concerns, but they've always backed what we've done. Through his businesses and political work, he wants to give Surrey County youth the necessary tools to succeed is something dear to his heart. We're a rural county, and something I saw and felt coming out of high school is that I was a little further behind in regard to some of the extracurricular activities I could have done or wasn't open because it was such a rural county. My goal is to let those students in Surrey County, but also in the region, know that there are opportunities for them. There are people who are rooting for them. They're looking to help them. He has been interviewed by media outlets across the country, including New York Times and MSNBC. Everyone asks if this is his venture. Ask if this venture is a one and done. Honestly, this is just the beginning, said Drew, who is also a legislative fellow at the office of State Senator Lasheris Ayard, who's a Democrat of Henrico. I'm just looking right now to do the work for my constituents in Surrey County. In a campus-wide email to VPC faculty and staff, President Dr. Tawana Porter Brandon said his accomplishment is a proud moment for our Gator community, that's their mascot, and a shining example of the leadership and drive that VPCC students. Drew wasn't the only VPCC graduate running for office this year. Democrat Gian Ward represents a two-term House district in District 87. Jessica Anderson won House District 77. Republican A.C. Cordoza lost his House seat to District 86 to Democrat Virgil Thornton. And his 4 years in office, Cordoza passed 14 bills, including the Critical Operation for a Disappeared Child Initiative, named after 4-year-old Cody Bigsby of Hampton. Oh, that's terrible. I can never be proud that my greatest accomplishment came up out of a missing child. While I'm grateful, as a result of the Cody alert, over 40 children have been found and returned home safely. Well, good for you, dude. There's your story. Barely touched on his teacher, but I did see an interview where the teacher was just the teacher he defeated, his former teacher, was totally excited about it. Yeah. He's like, yeah, he won. Good for him. He's a good kid. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that even needs to be celebrated because, you know how some of these things can really just end up being nepotism, right? Or popularity. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Let's all vote for him. Is his policy good?
Well, you got a county.
I don't know.
A county election with about 900 voters, and he won by 10. So, yeah, where's Surrey County? I'm pretty sure it's out there in Delmarva Peninsula. But there's your story. Oh, did you do that? That was me
associating. Yeah.
Associating. Let me get on the horn here.
You got another story?
No, not until next time.
Really, that's it? Well, you're just rushing through it, I guess. Okay. Let's roll our segue.
Rushing through it? No, it took a long
time.
It
sounds like you skipped a lot of information in the article.
No, I was seeing how long it went. There was nothing to skip. It was just nothing. I was looking for some quotes from the teacher. They didn't have it in that story. The other 3-minute story I had a quote from the teacher.
Yeah.
I had the 7-minute story. Better have one. Nope.
Just talking more about how great the winner is. Deserved. Yeah. Let's roll our segue wheel for a non sequitur. My next story is about whales. Did you know whales can talk to each other? Well, they might also be able to talk to us one day. This is from Rachel Funnell on IFL Science. She's a zoology professor at the University of Southampton. I love how they gave me her profile here at the beginning of the article. You might have heard we're trying to talk to whales. It sounds crazy, but it's not so far-fetched. As in recent years, we've been getting closer and closer to cracking the code of remarkably complex communications. Now, a groundbreaking discovery has been made through eavesdropping on the conversations of sperm whales, Biceter macrophalis. It turns out they use single and double vowel sounds in vocalization, similar to how we say balloon or go. Sort of like how we might say did or died. That's a good example too. Did or died. Combining vowels like this is diphthong, and the existence of a comparative feature in whale communication has the potential to upend what we thought we knew about non-human intelligence. This discovery opens an entirely new chapter in our understanding of sperm whale communication, said David Gruber, founder and president of Project CETI, in a statement emailed to IFL Science. By integrating linguistics and non-human communication, we're now aware that the sperm whales have vowel and diphthong-like structures, and that they evolved an entirely independent way of producing vowels. Studying animal communication is very difficult for a human, as despite our best scientific efforts, we can't help but approach it with the biases of Homo sapiens communication. Moving our tongue, teeth, reflections from our mouths. All animals don't have this ability. A key moment for Project CETI and the organization that leading the charge in decoding whale vocalization was finding a way to move these biases to the side. I'm not a human, I'm a whale. I'm not a human, I'm a whale. What would I do as a whale to speak? One such bias centers around timing. Our speech is created through folds that vibrate much faster here. Throats. Then the phonic lips, and the lower you go, the less it vibrates, and the higher you go, the more it vibrates, the tighter it gets. The phonic lips used by cetaceans. So if we're going to get to grips with their language, we don't know yet if animals have a language, FYI, we need to slow things down a bit. We
They
talk
must
too
have a
fast.
language.
Animals talk way slower than that. I don't even know if I could talk that slow. Once that difference in timing was accounted for, the CETI scientists noticed something amazing. There were patterns so clear within sperm whale vocalizations that they could be transcribed using human letters. Perhaps Dory's attempt at speaking whale wasn't so ridiculous after all. That's a reference to Finding Nemo, where Dory talks really slow. Maybe that is how you speak to whales. These vowel-like sounds are clicks and accented through modulation frequency. A and an I sounds. Those sounds could be combined to create a diphthong-like feature. That they were doing this in a structured and repeatable way suggests that these nuanced adjustments to the codas are crucial to getting their point across. This pivotal discovery demonstrates that the communications of sperm whales are much more intricate than we previously thought, and share more in common with our way of speaking than we realize. It could also lead to a greater understanding of how these structural elements of speech evolved in animals, humans, or otherwise. Plants? What does he mean by or otherwise? What else is there?
Things that live at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
you know,
right?
What the hell those are?
Spooky thing to say.
They live off sulfur.
Yeah. What's interesting
sulfur.
from a linguistic standpoint is that the resemblance to human vowel systems, added to Gaspar Vigus, that's a real name, Gaspar Vigus, Project CETI's linguistic lead. The presence of consonant vowel and diphthong-like patterns points to a level of phonetic complexity previously thought to be unique to humans. This is a step towards understanding whether the building blocks of language are more universal across species than we believe. You can read this entire study about sperm whales talking to each other in Open Mind, the journal Open Minds. Check that out.
It's the way we try to get people to accept other animals. We try to humanize them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them. Let's put a wig and a dress on that whale and put a mustache and a suit on the other one and pretend they're people. Like in Moby Dick, for instance. Moby Dick. I was going to do a non sequitur for Moby Dick because he talks to the whale and the whale can't hear him.
The whale don't care.
Whale's like, fuck it, I'm going to eat some plankton, leave me alone.
Or I guess a human, right? That's the whole thing with Moby Dick is a human-eating whale, right? He had like a vendetta against it.
Right. Yeah. Good old Captain Ahab. Ahab!
Silly
Come on,
Ahab.
segue.
Okay,
Another story?
Segue for your next story.
I got two stories.
I think talking about whales for 4 minutes was enough for me.
Hell yeah, it's a whale of a story.
Speaking of whales,
Surrey
let's tell
County, by the
jokes.
way. Tell jokes, nice. You got yourself a joke. By the way, Surrey County is not where I said it was. Surrey County is actually one of the oldest known places to the British Empire because it's right across the James River from Jamestown. So, and not that far from Williamsburg. That's why they were comparing property taxes to a rural county with poor people to Williamsburg, which is right there by Newport News. Norfolk ain't that far away. Norfolk, Virginia,
Yeah.
which is the richest probably county that's not in Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia has all the rich counties, but let's do you had a song, huh? All right, we got two stories. Joke. Are a song that's a joke or a joke that's a song? You got a joke, okay?
Definitely not a song.
All right, so that's where Surrey County is, not on Delmarva. It's actually Like, if you look in your history books, it's mentioned a lot because Jamestown is right there. Right across the river, as I said. We're going to talk about let's see, what are we doing? We're going to talk about data centers, which get a bad rap, but there may be another way to think of data centers, and that might be as a heat source for your domicile. BBC.com's Ben Schofield. I heat my Essex home with a data center in the shed. That's right, that's what he does. Yep. You know what data centers do? They create a lot of heat. An Essex couple had become the first people in the country to trial a scheme that sees them heat their home using a data center in their garden shed. Terrence and Leslie Bridges have seen their energy bills drop dramatically from £375 a month to as low as $40 since they swapped their gas boiler for a heat hub, a small data center containing more than 500 computers.
Wow,
the data centers are banks of computers. Right, and they get really, really hot. Yes, generating data, generating anything creates heat. Any kind of energy creates heat. And they need cooling fans and, well, let's continue the story. Data centers are banks of computers carry out digital tasks as the computers process data. They generate lots of heat, which is captured by oil and then transferred into Bridges' hot water system. Mr. Bridges, 76, says keeping his two-bed bungalow near Braintree warm was a necessity as his wife has spinal stenosis. Hello, and is in a lot of pain when it gets colder. Hello. Singing my song right there. People don't believe you're in constant pain. That's real. It is truly as brilliant, Mr. Bridges continues. I am in the moon that we've got picked. It truly is brilliant, Mr. Bridges continues. I'm over the moon that we got picked to trial this out. I mean, I want a data center in my shed now to heat my house. You can't fault the heating system. It is 100% improvement on what we had before. You don't need to get a sauna after coming in here, Mrs. Bridge adds, 75 adds. The heat hub was developed by Thermify as part of UK Power Network's SHIELD project, which aims to come up with innovative ways for low-income households to transition to net zero. Through SHIELD, the Bridges also had solar panels and a battery put in, which contribute to their savings. So that had to contribute to it too. A lot of your power. Well, you can't have a solar panel without a battery. That would be pointless. Mr. Bridges, a retired RAF sergeant, says despite putting the heating up fairly high to keep it nice and warm, his bill has fallen to between 40 and 60 pounds per month. It is fantastic because it's eco-friendly. We're not burning any gases, so it's green, so environmentally friendly. Well, you hope you're getting clean energy. You don't know where your actual energy is being generated. Maybe he does. Not all of it's coming from a solar panel. Thermify co-founder, CEO Travis Thune says the Bridges Heat Hub will eventually be part of a remote and distributed data center involving many units processing data for customers. While not designed for the heavy processing need for artificial intelligence, Mr. Thune says that the system could run things like apps or analyze large volumes of data. He says the company wanted to design a system to provide both clean and affordable energy because finding a way to do both is a hard problem. The project is still in a pilot phase, but in the future, clients will pay Thermify to process their data using the heat hubs. Mr. Thune adds, the system provides clean, green heat at a low to no price point because the electricity that's generating the heat is paid for by somebody else. Yeah, the data center people are, instead of purchasing real estate, they're just paying your electric bill, which they would have had to pay anyway. The Bridges landlord, social housing provider, Eastlight Community Homes, is also part of the SHIELD. Now, of course, they're not paying your whole electric bill. They're just paying the part that heats your house. I mean, your rest of your electricity you're responsible for, but let's face it, if you can heat your water without paying for it, that's a big expense. And that's what they're doing. They don't need a freaking water heater, and they don't need a heater. Eastlight's head of asset management says he hopes the next phase of the project will see 50 homes get hard hubs. We've seen great results of the current installation of those, the first of its kind. We're looking to roll that out more broadly. So good news from the energy sector, finding creative ways, and I've said this for years. I've gone into remote radio sites in the wintertime, got inside to keep warm, because it's warm in there. And those things have air conditioners that run all winter, right? They have air conditioners that run all winter and keep it cool. Yeah, to keep it cool inside there because everything will just fry if it gets too hot. So there's your story. Let's have us a joke. Let me get the applause meter going.
Here's your joke.
Right on.
Where was it? Here it is. What did one server say to another?
I don't know.
You've got great uptime. Because when a server goes down, it's downtime.
Oh, I thought you said a surfer.
Server! We're talking about data centers. Come on.
I think, what are you talking about surfers? I was so confused.
Why are data centers so
Homer got
cool?
It. Yeah? Why?
Because they have a lot of fans.
Oh.
See, there you go. Why did the data center blush?
I don't know.
Someone checked its logs. Oh, embarrassing.
Oh,
my private logs.
Get out of my log.
There you go. We got there. Okay. These are data jokes.
All right, Homer's getting resuscitated. Let's do the next story. We're going to talk about ancient times, which we don't understand quite yet. Because nobody's made us a TV movie to explain it to us, so we need that made. Livescience.com from Skylar Ware. Put on your Skylar Ware. It's time to do a story. Sophisticated Bronze Age city unearthed in Kazakhstan transforms understandings of the steppe people. The early city of Semyarka spanned 346 acres or 140 hectares, more than 4 times larger than contemporaneous villages in the region. The site, which dates back to 1600 BC, I'm glad they still say BC, is the first site in the region discovered to have significant space dedicated to metallurgy and tin bronze production, according to the study published Tuesday in the journal Antiquity. Semyarka transforms our understanding of steppe societies. Now, it's steppe, like I may have earlier said, STPPE, which is the big old flat area in Western Asia, Eurasia, as we call it, as they call it in geography class. Eurasia. It's a big landmass. It's not a continent. Study, first author, Majana Radivojevic. Let's just call her MR. An archaeologist at University of College of London said in a statement, it demonstrates the mobile communities, I'm not sure they pronounce it, were capable of building and sustaining permanent, well-organized settlements centered on large-scale metallurgical production. Yeah, they had themselves a big old, one of them, things where you melt shit down, a smelter. They melt things down, mix them together.
You gotta melt some stuff down.
They were smelting all day and night until they could smelt no more. The site sits atop a bluff above the Irtysh River in the northeastern Kazakhstan, looking out over the network of valleys. Its prominence prompted scientists to nickname it the City of Seven Ravines, and its position suggests the city may have controlled movement along the river, the researchers wrote in the study. As the team surveyed the area with drones and excavated a few different sections of the site, they noticed 2 rows of earthworks and large banks of soil angled towards each other and divided into smaller structures. Walls made of brick were built along the insides of the banks and may have delineated individual households. Delineated are marked, like made a line to line up the houses. A larger structure sat where 2 rows met. This structure was about twice the size of others and might have been used for rituals of government. I love how archaeologists love that word rituals. Like, it's obviously a ritual. Rituals are government, the researchers proposed. They proposed it because they don't know. I can propose it too. I can propose that they just had rock concerts there, but I have no proof. Just like they can propose it was rituals or government. Southeast is one of the southeast of one of the earthwork rows was an area filled with metal artifacts, ores and slag. My favorite punk band from the 70s, Ores and Slag, suggesting that the space has been used for metalworking. This area may have been an early example of industrial production of copper, tin, and bronze, a cornerstone of Eurasia's Bronze Age economy that has long remained absent from an archaeological record. So give them some credit. Now, the metal ores used to craft these artifacts likely came from nearby deposits in the Altai Mountains near the borders between Kazakhstan, modern-day Russia, Mongolia, and China. Given its strategic position near these deposits and the river, Semyarka may have served as a center of trade and distribution of the region. Yeah, rewrite them history books, folks. Get out there and pencils and start erasing lines and lines of dialogue and stuff you have in there. That's right. This is where the Bronze Age started. We've decided now. The scale and structure of the Semyarka are unlike anything else we've seen in the steppe zone. Study co-author Dan Lawrence, a landscape archaeologist at the Durham University, UK, said in a statement, this early city is much larger than the small camps and villages common in steppe communities at the time. It was a commerce center. This was obvious a commerce center. And again, you're smelting useful metal. They weren't just useful for like prizes and stuff, like they were given at a game show. They made wheels out of them and shit, right? The archaeology will find, I don't know what they made. They made spears for sure, right? The archaeology and other weapons show that the Bronze Age communities here were developing sophisticated plant settlements as similar to those of the contemporaries, more traditional urban parts of the ancient world. Both ongoing and future excavations could help clarify Semyarka's role within a larger region, the researchers wrote in the study. That's your story. It just goes to show you that we've discovered a lot of stuff about our history, but a lot of it remains undiscovered.
Why didn't they write this stuff down? My joke for you is, I entered a competition to make jokes about the Bronze Age. I came in third.
Ha!
What did the Copper Age man say to the Bronze Age man? See you later.
Let's forge ahead. I don't know. Okay.
See you later.
Oh.
There you go.
Right on.
There's your jokes.
All right. Here's your jokes. No more stories. Not for me.
Let's roll our segue wheel.
Click the wrong thing.
For the culture news. So funny you closed your camera again. Get your pen and paper out. It's time to write a limerick.
Oh no, I have to use my brain.
For our culture news, we're going to be talking about Roblox. They're finally, hopefully, doing something about all the pedophiles on there. Good news for me. And everyone else. I don't even play Roblox. What am I saying? Good news for gamers. And children. Because there's too many suspicious people on the internet, let me tell you. This is from Robert Booth on The Guardian. Gaming platforms use facial age estimation to limit chats to similar age groups as allegations grow. So if you can't get yourself identified as an age group, you're probably just blocked off from talking to anybody. The online games platform Roblox is starting to block children from talking to adults and much older teen strangers from next month, as it faces fresh lawsuits alleging it has been exploited by predators to children as young as 7. Roblox has reached 150 million daily viral hits, grow a garden and steal a brain rot, but has been hit by legal claims alleging the system's designs has made children prey for pedophiles. From next month, it will start enforcing facial age estimation to allow children to chat with strangers only if they're in a broad age group. Roblox said it would be the first online game communication platform to require age checks for communication. Similar checks were introduced for users of pornography sites in the UK this summer under Online Safety Act measures to prevent under 18s from seeing explicit content. Roblox compared its new system to school cohorts such as elementary, middle school, and high school. It will be introduced first in Australia, New Zealand, and then the Netherlands. Well, isn't that fun news? Where children will be blocked from chatting with adults they do not know in real life from next month. How are they supposed to do that? Are you supposed to register your ID and say, I am their grandfather? I play this with my son. With adults, they do not know from next month. In the rest of the world, it's in early January. So they'll be testing it. We'll be having the alpha and beta stages here in December, and then January it'll go out everywhere else. Users will be placed in the following groups: under 9, 9 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 17, that's a very specific age group, 18 to 20, and 21 and over. Children will be able to chat only with others in their age and similar ones. For example, a child with an estimated age of 12 will be able to chat only with under 16, so they can still chat to 13 to 15. They're not being completely banned from talking to anybody who's not 12, but they cannot talk to anybody over 16. Images and videos used for checks will not be stored, Roblox said. We see it as it's a way for our users to have more trust in who the other people they are talking to are in these games. Honestly, as somebody who's been on the internet since I was 14, I think this should have been from the get-go. Because even as an adult now, as a 31-year-old, I find myself accidentally chatting to 12-year-olds on MMOs, and I'm like, I can't talk to you. You're 12. And this is an issue with human beings. I'm not saying anyone who talks to children is a pedophile, but human beings have this tendency to think everyone around them is them, right? Everyone around me must be around 30, right? There couldn't be anybody who's 18 talking to me. That's crazy. Why would an 18-year-old be watching me? But this happens. 12-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 50-year-olds can be talking to you on the internet, and you'll never know. So I kind of wish we could and I know people are going to hate this, go into the Chinese, Korean market of actually having an ID tied to our internet for simplicity at all time. Remove the anonymity of the internet, and then I'm talking to, Jeffrey, who is a 48-year-old, and now I know, right? I know who they are. At least I know that much. There used to be a thing back in the days, age, sex, location. Location, not so much. I don't really want to know where you live. I don't want to dox anyone, but I think age and sex partially important for who you're talking to. It's how we relate to other human beings. Matt Dolman, a Florida lawyer. Okay, here we go. I was doing this. Matt Kaufman, Roblox chief safety officer said, and so we see it as a real opportunity to build confidence in the platform and build confidence among our users. It comes amid allegations from lawyers for families alleging that systematic predation of minors on Roblox. Matt Dolman, a Florida lawyer who has filed 28 suits against the company, which boomed during the pandemic and has kept growing, said, principal allegation concerns a systematic predation of minors. One of the latest cases he filed in the U.S. District Court of Nevada came from the family of a 13-year-old girl alleging Roblox recklessly and deceptively ran its business in a way that led to sexual exploitation of the plaintiff. Hey, send me a picture of you in your underwear real quick. I need it for this game we're playing on Roblox. Okay. Don't send pictures of yourself to anybody. It is alleged the girl, an avid Roblox user from Washoe County, Nevada, was targeted by a dangerous child predator who posed as a child, built a false emotional connection, and manipulated the child into giving him a mobile phone number to which he sent graphic messages. He then coerced her into sending explicit pictures and videos of herself. The claim alleges that had Roblox taken any steps to screen users from allowing them on the apps, the girl would not have been exposed to the large number of predators trolling the platform. And that she would not have been harmed if age and identity verification had taken place. Two other U.S. District Court cases filed in recent days in the District of California concerned a 7-year-old girl in Philadelphia and a 12-year-old in Texas who were allegedly groomed on Roblox by predators to explicit images of themselves. A spokesperson for Roblox said it was deeply troubled by an incident that endangers any user and that we prioritize the safety of our community. This is why our policies are purposely stricter than those found on other platforms. Well, at least you got that going for you. Oh, we're way stricter than those other platforms. Not strict enough, Roblox. We understand that no system is perfect. Well, it should be when it comes to saving children, pedophiles. And that's why we're constantly working to further improve our safety tools and platform restrictions to ensure parents can trust us to help keep their children safe online. Launching 145 new initiatives this year alone. Kaufman said, it's not enough just for one platform to hold a high standard for safety. We really hope the rest of the industry follows suit with some of the things that we're doing. Really raise the protection for kids and teens online everywhere. Like I said, just pass a federal law that you have to, when you get on the internet, you have to have ID and you have to sign up with an ID. Otherwise, that would be it. If you don't want to sign up with ID, everyone will assume that you're under 18, child. So if you don't register your ID, you're a child. The end. Here you go. Everyone's a child. Which can, or maybe the other way, everyone's an adult. No, that we can't do that either, because children. I have no solution for this, other than passing a federal law that makes you have to sign up with an ID to use the internet. And if you don't do that, you can't talk to anybody. You can't do any.
Everybody sign off the internet at once.
Everyone just delete the internet. Beeban Kidron, the UK founder of the Five Rights Foundation, which campaigns for children's digital rights, said, it's time for gaming companies to put the responsibilities of children at the center of their services. Roblox announcement claims that what they are introducing will set best practice for the sector. A bold assertion to be a company that has been slow to address predatory behavior and has allowed adult strangers and older children easy access to with younger users. I hope they're right. Yeah, I hope that you're setting a standard, a really high standard. And more, I like how more on this story, there's a podcast episode on The Guardian where it says, is Roblox an X-rated pedophilia hellscape? So, yeah, it's been an issue, and hopefully it's going to be solved. That's the good news here. No more pedophiles, just messing with children.
Well, we can always hope. I don't know. Pedophile's been defined down to 15 is okay now by Megyn Kelly, so it's hard to tell, right? But that's not my limerick, if it's time for that. Is it time?
Yes, it is time for your limerick. I've been sorry.
This is from the new video game. You might not have heard of this new video game, but it has created a world, and it's a new video game featuring historic pedophiles, and the land that it's created is called Predatoria. So, in Predatoria, this is where my limerick is based on this new video game, theoretically. From the mythical land called Predatoria, ruled a prince from the line of Queen Victoria. His name was Mountbatten, and it should not be forgotten that he and his nephew Andrew have a Historia. Historia is not a word, but it rhymes.
Oh God, I hope none of these people are on Roblox.
Yeah, Lord Mountbatten, the one that was assassinated in 1979, if you don't know, he was assassinated by IRA. Unfortunately, a couple of children were also killed, but he was a horrible, horrible man. So
yeah, he had his nephews.
Nobody really, even his own family, You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's the same with Prince Andrew again. He was actually, Queen Victoria was his godmother. So I'm saying, Queen Victoria, Lord Mountbatten, and of course Andrew wasn't even born yet when this happened. Andrew was born, but I'm thinking Charles's kids were. But Prince Andrew, so Prince Andrew also knew him too. So yeah, they probably just enjoyed a lot of pedophilia together at a very young age, right? I'm just saying, you inherit certain things when people raise you, right?
Yeah, I do believe in that.
Behaviors.
You have to learn. A lot of victims of pedophilia a lot of pedophiles also were victims of pedophilia. They think it's to do these things.
I imagine if Prince Andrew was alone with Mountbatten for any period of time, he was molested by him. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, one of them's dead, so can't really defend himself. So.
Yeah, right. And well, yeah, of course, Mountbatten was also a Nazi, confirmed Nazi. So there's that.
Okay, our next segue is a mixed metaphor for this day in history.
It's supposed to be good news, right? This day in history, hopefully.
Good news, Mountbatten's dead. Yay!
Yeah, 1979, a long time ago. I didn't even know he was until he got assassinated. It's like I wasn't like following British politics. I remember it though. They blew him up on his boat. Kaboomy! Oh, if you want to watch The Crown. The Crown's reenactment.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's where I know about it from.
You seen the birds hunting at the same time and all that? Yeah, it's great. It's a great one of your great pieces of cinematography is the simultaneous of the British family killing birds or whatever they're trying to kill, and at the same time Mountbatten's getting blown up. 1477, William Caxton. I make sure I got the right date here. I scrolled a lot. I've done this before. Scrolled into next Tuesday. 1477, William Caxton, a pioneering English printer, published Dieties and Sayings of the Philosophers, the first dated book printed in England. Hello. So I hope there's a copy still around so I can read it. Obviously, they're using different words back then than we use now because I don't know what Sayings means. 1626, St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, which replaced an earlier basilica, was consecrated. Now, that involves concrete or not? If it's concrete consecrated, that'd be really cool. It is the second largest religious building in Christendom, which is not a place. It's just a religious collection of buildings. 1814, Brazilian sculptor and architect Aladino, known for his beautiful Rococo statues in his churches, died in Mariana. I believe that's got to be in Brazil. 1836, English playwright and humorist W.S. Gilbert, best known for his collaboration with Arthur Sullivan in comic operas, was born. Gilbert and Sullivan, they wrote a lot of operas, comic operas, where people are singing. And I think they were in English. I think they were like, hey, we need some operas in English. Nobody knows the hell's anybody singing about. 1882, English artist and writer Wyndham Lewis, founder of the abstract vorticist movement, which in painting and literature before World War I, sought to relate art to the industrial process. Nice job, Wyndham Lewis. 1882, famed operatic soprano Emelita Galli Cerchi was born in Milan. I wonder if she sang any operas for Gilbert Sullivan, even though she's Italian. Maybe. I remember Gilbert O'Sullivan, who's an English composer. 1903, Philip Bean. Oh boy, here comes some names. This is about the Panama Canal, okay? Philip Jean Benu Varela, representing Panama, met with U.S. Secretary of State John Hay. To negotiate the Bernal-Varela Treaty. Bernal-Varela Treaty, come here. Which gave the United States a strip 10 miles wide across the Isthmus of Panama for construction of Panama Canal. And so I think Trump's trying to take it back. It was like, who cares? Panama Canal is going to be obsolete at some point because Mexico is building their own canal and they'll probably cut their rates. Because the Panama Canal relies on a giant lake that is slowly drying up. So it might not be even feasible anymore. 1905, Prince Charles of Denmark, or Karl of Denmark, was elected King of Norway. That's right. You can be the Prince of Denmark and run for king in Norway.
Woohoo!
Or at least you could in 1905. I want to run for king of Norway. When's the election? Shit, I want to be that. You don't even have to be a citizen. You can be from Denmark. What the hell? 1923, Alan B. Shepard was born. He was the first U.S. astronaut to travel in space. First human from U.S. travel in space. The Russians had already done it. So he didn't get a lot of, what do you want to say? All he did was get shot into space and come back down. He didn't even orbit, right? The orbiting was later. But that's all the Russians had done at the time. Also, I think Shepard orbited, was one of the first ones to orbit. John Glenn was actually the first one to orbit the Earth. 1928, Walt Disney released Steamboat Willie. That's why it's Mickey Mouse's birthday. The huge success of the cartoon helped make Mickey Mouse an iconic character, led to Disney's company's dominance in animated market. Never really was much of a Disney fan at any point in my childhood, so I can't really relate to it. 1941.
Even watching Disney, I was never really like a fan like that either.
Well, I remember they had a pay channel. It was you didn't have to pay for ESPN. You didn't have to pay for
Disney.
But you had to pay for
Disney.
Disney.
Channel, you had to pay for.
And I got a free Disney channel, and it was like, my kids aren't old enough for this, so I'm not gonna buy it. Right? It was all like, it was when Britney Spears and them were on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, House of Mouse.
You guys are never paying. You guys only started watching it when Disney became a free channel on cable because everybody realized it really wasn't that great. It wasn't even better than Nickelodeon, right? You guys got to watch Nickelodeon because it was free on the cable. It was on the cable. Disney had to pay for it. There's your short history of the
Disney Channel.
Cable channels of America. You had Nickelodeon, which was included with your ESPN package, and it was pretty funny, and even had adult tinged humor too. Right? You guys know all them stars that got famous off Nickelodeon. The most famous one of all is what's his name? Can't think of anybody's name. Kenan Thompson.
Oh yeah,
from Nickelodeon
he's
to be on Saturday Night Live for like 30
years. He's from
years.
Nickelodeon. He's basically the owner of Saturday Night Live. He's been working this.
I don't think he's on anymore, but he's like, he did
he's
a long
not?
time.
Oh, I didn't know he left.
Yeah, everybody comes back for shows, right? Nobody ever leaves, but he's not a regular now. 1941, John Christian Watson, the first Labour Prime Minister of Australia, died in Sydney. Sydney's not a person, it's a city. 1959, American film, dramatic film Ben-Hur.
The longest movie ever made.
Had its world premiere and later won an unprecedented 11 Academy Awards for Charlton Heston. Ben-Hur. One of your classic, long Roman type movies with the Jesus story, another slant on the old Jesus story. It was written, actually, Ben-Hur is interesting. It was written by a Civil War general. A lot of people don't know that. He wrote a book about a slave and during time of Jesus called Ben-Hur, and it later got made into a movie. A lot of people don't know that was written by a Civil War general, a Union general. Actually, one of the more courageous and important ones. I can't think of his name, but he definitely wrote it. 1963, the first push-button telephone, touch-tone phones, debuted in the United States. Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop, boop. Debuted in the United States, eventually replacing most rotary dial model phones, which were like this. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Number of clicks was the number, right? And it went from that to every number having its own audio tone. So computers could understand it with the simple conversion of audio to digital. Yay, computers! 2009, American Democratic politician Robert Byrd died. No, he didn't die. Not in this day he did, but he eventually did. Became the longest serving member of Congress with a combined service of the House of Representatives and Senate of 56 years, 319 days. He died the following year. And West Virginia has been basically, that was an old-timey Democrat, Robert Byrd. 2015, New Zealand rugby union football player John Lumu died at the age of 40 of kidney disease. He was perhaps the rugby's first global icon. Being from New Zealand, he was a native, and their rugby team is world class, even though they're just a tiny little island. November 18th, in this day, in 1878, well, New Zealand's a group of islands, to be fair. 1978, Jonestown Massacre. Yeah, what a terrible thing. Good Tuesday News Day, a horrible thing. One of my former bosses I brought up a few weeks ago on one of my lists, he was one of the first people to get to Jonestown after this. He came in as Army Special Forces.
Oh, right, because they had to be like, what the hell happened here? And
just Army Special Forces. A Congress member was murdered along with a lot of his staff trying to get on his helicopter. And so Jim Jones decided that the United States military was coming in to investigate. He wasn't wrong. It was coming in to investigate, And yeah, they investigated all right. When he got there, he was one of the first people to find. And Billy, being a black man,
drink the Kool-Aid, that's what it's a reference to.
That's where it came from. Yeah, over 900 followers died this day in 1978 in Guyana as a massive act of murder-suicide known as the Jamestown Massacre. Like I say, Billy was a black. Well, he probably still is. Billy's still around, I'm pretty sure. He's a black man, and most of the victims there were black, and a lot of them children. And they were.
And not all of them were from there either. They were from all over.
None of them were. None of them were. They were all of these people were from the Bay Area of California. Almost all of them. Almost 100% of places like Oakland.
Now, James Jones looks
Santa
like
Clara.
looks like a fucked up Elvis.
Yeah. He found a bunch of poor, disillusioned people and lied to them. And they were actually living the life, right? Until one day, somebody found out that, hey, he's a pedophile. And they sent a U.S. congressman down there to find out. And the U.S. congressman was assassinated on his way back to the helicopter with all of his staff. There was a couple of survivors that got shot and pretended they were dead. But everybody else, very few people escaped. And again, I was watching TV when this happened. I was watching football. And they interrupted football to say a United States congressperson has been assassinated in Guyana, South America. Fuck is Guyana? I thought I heard of every freaking place in South America. I knew Brazil. I had maps. Guyana, I had to go find it. Guyana, this place. Wow, who knows? Anyway, terrible thing on this Good Tuesday Day. Our feature biography is Margaret Atwood, Canadian author, born November 18th, 1939. She is, I guess, still around. It says 86. She was born in Ottawa. Other birthdays today, Alan Shepard, we did him. Qaboos bin Saad, Sultan of Oman. Happy 85 to that guy if he's still around. Alan Moore, British writer. 1953 born. Owen Wilson's birthday. Owen Wilson turned 57 today. Owen Wilson, the American blonde actor with the, looks like he got run into by a freight train. Got hit with the ugly. There's ugly people and then there's ugly people, as they say. I'm just being funny, right? As they say, he didn't get hit with the ugly stick. He fell out of the ugly tree. And he hit every branch on the way down. So yeah, he looks like he'd been a boxer, right? He's got that cauliflower nose, right? It's always been distracting, but I do like Owen Wilson, man. I think he's good in a lot of stuff. Some of it's hacky, but some of it's pretty good. Our next days are National Princess Day. Hey, Princess, it's your day. It's Mickey Mouse's birthday, and it's National Vichyssoise, which appears to be cold onion soup with potatoes and possibly some chicken broth. It sounds good, but it's preferentially served cold. But it has to be heated first. And then served.
Yeah, because it looks like it has milk. So you
it has to become a soup. Yeah. You don't just mix a bunch of ingredients and go, that's soup. Nope, you got to key them, boil them, whatever the hell you got to do to mix them, give them that broth, the nice texture and everything, you know. And then you just eat it and forget your problems. That's everything for today. Sorry for the dragging the show on, but here we are. Here's your best pronunciation. Technical your limericks, your jokes, everything. Me accidentally closing my camera for November 18th, 2025 on Before Vichyssoise.
Did you send me a mic drop moment?
I did not, but I can.
I found one. I found all of Owen Wilson's wows in chronological order. There you go. I sent you it. Nice. So you go ahead and load that video up so you'll be able to actually watch it.
Okay, hold on.
I realized, like, wait a minute, I don't have a link in my chat, so somebody forgot to do the mic drop.
Yeah, the one I had wasn't all that great. Oh, great, now I gotta go.
This will at least bring the mood back up, because it's funny. You know? We got that one.
Right on.
Alright. Yeah, that story was a bit of that's unfortunately how the cookie bounces.
Haha. Let's have some applause for that.
Put this in my mic drop. Let's lock this in so I can also watch the mic drop.
So waiting for shit to load.
It is an international day today. Let me just look that up real quick. I saw it yesterday that there was one got Owen Wilson stuff in now.
Okay.
It is the International Day. Nope, not for that.
International Day of
World Day for Prevention of and Healing from Child Sexual Exploitation, Abuse, and Violence. How fitting, since we're talking about Roblox. Unfortunately, children are programmed in their mind to trust adults. That person's fully grown. They must know what they're doing. And then those sick adults use that wiring in a child's brain to take advantage of them. 120 million females under the age of 20 have experienced various forms of forced sexual contact. Data from 24 predominantly high and middle income countries indicate that the prevalence ranges from 8% to 31% among girls, 3% to 70%, 17% among boys under the age of 18. That's right, boys are also dealing with just terrible adults beings taking advantage of children under the age of 5 who are living with a mother who is being victimized by their intimate partner. So think of the children, like actually, and do something about it. It's also World Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week. From the 18th of November to the 24th, WHO is making you aware that bacteria, viruses, and fungi and parasites change over time and so sometimes no longer respond to medicines and infections harder to treat and the risk of disease spread. So keep getting your vaccines every year because what are they? Updates. Just like you have to update your computer, you have to update the apps on your phone, you need to update. You update your freaking posts on Facebook. You need to update your vaccines, okay? Thank you. World is always changing around us. But those are all of our UN international observances. This has been Allison here from the Netherlands, Roger from the East Coast of the US. As we finish off a good Tuesday, think about the surviving puppy and the whales and the... what were your stories again? Oh, the Bronze Age information. We discovered...
Yeah, we had elections and data centers feeding your house.
Yeah, the students winning against their teacher and the teacher being proud. And
19-year-old starting a political career and a business at the same time.
We will see you for Wacky Weird Wednesday tomorrow for all the wacky weird news you need to hear about because humans are wacky, animals even wackier. So make sure you're following on Twitch, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Go live or post a video. And here is our wowing mic drop moment.
Yeah, happy 57 Owen Wilson. Well, he had a normal nose.
Not the big 6-0 yet, but this is in every single film he's been in where he said wow.
Here he goes, pole vaults over the thing. Here he goes, and there he is.
That was a rough hook, man.
Okay, no more fighting.
Wow.
Can you also know all of his films in chronological order? I don't think I've seen any of his films except for the Paris one.
Wow, I sort of got screwed on the old bedroom
Any
selection.
Ben Stiller
room's
movies.
Like 4 times as big
is this the Paris one? Like the...
Kidding. Did you see
looks
what
like
I on yesterday? Wow. Yeah,
I find it interesting when Owen Wilson's a romantic... Oh no, it tells us what the movies are here. My head is over it.
Wow, look at this. Do you know what this means?
Yep, that's what it says. Right in the left. Meet the parents.
That's
great.
Yeah,
I see it now.
That's great to give something back like that. I'd love to find time to do some volunteer work.
He's Ben Stiller's best friend,
Do you understand that it's a disease?
Wow, and how'd that affect you with guys? Do they not want to get busy with you?
Good point.
And Ben Stiller's been in some very goofy films too.
He made those films. They're his films.
Oh, we're stuck.
Like, I don't think Ben Stiller's been in a movie he didn't make.
Wow. Look at this. Wow, that's a good message.
Maybe a couple.
Hey,
I've heard of all these films. I've never watched them. I guess I'm just avoiding Owen Wilson. I just can't handle
Midnight in
it.
Paris is the one you're talking
Buckingham Palace. Look at that, John. That's where the Queen lives.
Oh, come on. At least take a look. Wow.
Now that's Snoop
Starsky and
Dogg.
Hutch, Ben Stiller,
Clippers and all.
and his
Wow.
other best friend.
What is it about the produce section?
Wow.
Wow, they feel really nice. Oh man, I
There's
feel
his
like wow.
flat note nose.
Beautiful.
Claire, get your in that all.
Oh, Wedding Crashers is really big
Getting a
film.
nice preview of what marriage is going to be like with Ike Turner here.
Wait, he played the car in Cars?
Amazing.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
That shine.
I feel like I knew that, but I just forgot, you know?
Wow.
Let's make a compilation of him saying wow and Keanu Reeves saying nothing.
Tasty. Thank you.
Keanu Reeves just making a face at the camera.
Walking away, killing somebody.
Great. Amazing.
Let's get a shoe shine. Wow, when you really Charlie horse me. Wow.
That's the famous one. That's the famous one. That's always using the memes. That's a lot of pregnancy tests.
Wow. Wow. 4 pregnancy cases.
Oh no, not the dog film. I know about the dog. I can't watch that film.
Wow.
Is he a talking dog?
Eco-friendly, like that
Wow.
2003 Prius, Greg. Yeah, you got it.
55 are at 2 now.
Looks great.
This is Meet the
Traditional American
Little
horseware.
Fockers. They made a sequel. I didn't even see.
Hey, how you doing, Tiger? Oh, wow.
Got Robert De Niro wow in there.
I mean, there's a part of me that's like, wow.
I think Robert De Niro had. Well, Robert De Niro had the
This is
goofy
awkward. I
thing
feel
he
like
did
I'm
in
my first junior high
Cap,
mixer. You know, we don't know what to say.
where he's talking to me. That was
Wow.
he was doing that to the mirror.
He's in a lot of comedy.
Wait, that
a lot
was
of
June
comedy.
Barnes?
Midnight
Very
Run.
funny.
No wonder she wanted to leave. Honestly,
Oh, here it is. Night in Paris. That's the one I've heard.
He's in the King of Comedy.
I don't know what
where he
it
holds
is about
the
this.
talk show.
He hangs out with all the old people, the dead writers.
Woody Allen movie. This is a lot of wows in Paris. For sure.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna. Are we gonna hit 100?
Hey.
We have to be.
Oh, easily.
Wow. What? Good to see you. Wow, what are you doing here?
I'm
At
returning
least
from
his
dinner
lines
with
are easy
friends.
to remember.
Oh, okay.
I live here.
Are we counting the as well? Is any weird sound?
Wow is like a
7:15.
Wow, welcome to the 700
always wow
Club,
spelled
kid.
sideways.
That is rarefied air.
I'm going to.
The big ear.
Anyway, it's late there.
Like if he does any sound, they also count that. I
7
think.
projects. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. This goes on for 5 minutes, I just realized.
Yeah, I
Wow, a
know.
little heart and everything.
I thought there was an end in sight.
Oh, there's an end. It's coming soon.
I've never
He
seen
played a
that
turkey
in
at some
one place.
point.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that.
Is this? Oh, this is. Yeah, I was gonna say, is this Night at the Museum? I guess I've seen Night at the Museum.
I've been here 15 times.
That's a
One
Ben
of
Stiller
them.
film.
There's more than one. They didn't stop. They didn't make one and stop.
Wow.
It's a serious face.
I would have preferred a driver, but it's a nice welcome.
Cardiff.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Hey, wow, he really got a lot of wows out as a car.
Wow.
This.
Oh, we got it.
Wow.
100 wow.
Cars
We did
3.
it.
That goes.
Cars 3.
something like
It's
this.
the sequel.
Ohana,
The third.
Makawao,
It's the real. The
Ihe
third
Waluku.
movie always sucks.
Ukulele, aloha, adios.
Ooh.
That translates
This
stopped
very
8 years
simply
ago, though.
as life
This stopped
is
8 years
alive
ago, man.
once more in
There's
I'm
so
not gonna
many
play
more
this
now.
entire wedding
For my
speech.
love of you.
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.